back to this journey across the Nordic seas. Well, not quite this time. Hell no. We did not take to the oceans once more. That was not necessary. Instead, we were a little lost on what we were supposed to be doing, despite the fact, in retrospect, the game absolutely told us exactly what we needed to do, which was just go to the Black Forest and find a dungeon, lol. Here's the thing, though. Not every Black Forest is the damn same, is it? No, it's not. The Black Forest don't always contain a dungeon. And so we were just... but they do contain alternate dungeons, like troll caves, that one-shot you into oblivion. But it was a journey, to say the least, because we ended up finding lots and lots of Black Forests. Lots of them. And we made another major Valheim mistake, which was not being like, oh, we found a dungeon, because Jordan found one while sprinting away from a billion enemies in a forest. It was like, I found the dungeon, I found the dungeon. She was so joyful. And we were like, okay, we've got a dungeon, great. And then proceeding to be like, okay, let's go and do the dungeon, even though it's miles away from our house, and not establishing a base there while there were mob spawners nearby. This led to about an hour of us just battling for our lives and having to run so many runbacks. It was like doing Molten Core back in the day. It was so many runbacks, long runbacks. At some point, Jordan, apparently, this might be a lie. I don't think it's a lie, but it may be a lie. Got attacked by wolves. I have never seen a wolf in Valheim ever in my life, but Jordan apparently, and I did this run back several times, got savaged by wolves at some point. And yeah, I don't know. And she couldn't get back. I couldn't get back, and eventually we were like, okay, hold. We've got this. And we went back and we sort of alternated around. So like, I had so many corpses, I couldn't even find the one that had my gear in it, let alone put it on, while diving into a troll cave to like put stuff on, or dive into the dungeon just to stand in the doorway and put things on, because the skeletons in there hit really goddamn hard. It was a nightmare. But we eventually got a little building set up. We took down the spawner, but it took like an hour of just like slow, steady raid progression to get where we needed to be like, okay, we could do the dungeon. Woo! In we went. And we found in there, because we knew we were looking for some way of utilizing copper. We'd found copper, but we needed a smelter. And we have the recipe, but we didn't know how to build it. And then we found the cube. We found 3 of them. And we were overjoyed that we discovered these things. Because it was like, you can now build a smelter. You can now build the furnace, I think it is, to make coal. And I was like, oh my god, we found it. We found it. So we packed up. We went back to our base. Happiness. Happiness. I forgot to reset my spawn point, which will come into play later. And then I was like, right, I'll build the furnace for us. No. No. You need 10 of them. Oh.
Oh no, what? No. That's not good. What now? What now?
We need more of those cores.
What do you mean that we need more of those cores?
We need...
Oh no.
7 more cores.
7!
I couldn't... my brain was just like, I can't believe this. I can't believe this. I didn't even know how to tell her, like, this. We need to do more dungeons. And it was unbelievable. It was unbelievable. We did have several Black Forests on our map, right? We could see on the map, it's like, this is where the Black Forests are. Okay, cool. So now we had a new strategy, which was let's build a base where the Black Forests are so we don't encounter the problem we had earlier. But at the same time, Jordan was very wise here, saying, maybe we should find a dungeon first and then build a base. Which is kind of what happened to us before. So I was like, maybe we build a base now. Maybe not, I don't know. And then we got deeper in, and then we were like, we should probably build a base, because, like, nighttime's coming. And nighttime has become excessively dangerous. Excessively dangerous at this point. You just get swarmed by so many enemies that we ended up with battle after battle after battle. And then we scoured this very large Black Forest for a good 30 minutes, I'd say. A good 30, 45 minutes. No dungeon in it. I believe, and I was saying this because the decision was coming, it's like we should just go somewhere else, like this isn't happening, is that there probably is one, maybe, but I mean, you would assume, based on what the game had told us, that if you get to a Black Forest, it should have what you need. But that's definitely not the case. We know that now, because we found another Black Forest later, which definitely did not have a dungeon. It was a very small one on a shoreline. So that confirmed it. But at the time, I was like, why would they send us here if it doesn't have what we need? And it kind of does. It does have copper in it. And in fact, what we found is like, this Black Forest is copper rich. There's like lots and lots and lots and lots of copper here, but it hasn't got a dungeon. And so at this point, we were like, we need to figure out how we're going to find this dungeon. So we were like, we'll just go on an adventure. Let's go on an adventure and find as many Black Forests as we can and stick to the land. We don't want to go by boat again so we don't get Leviathaned. And off we went. And we journeyed across the map in quite a long way. A long, long way. Until we stumbled across the weirdest Black Forest ever. I'm talking the tiniest Black Forest that had 2 dungeons in it. But it was tiny. So it is obviously just like randomly spawned or seeded or whatever's going on to find whatever's in there. And so like, right, well, it's 2. So that should give us, if the average is 3, which we got from the first one, it's like we're still going to need a 4th one. And we went, this thing had 8 or 9 of these cubes in it. So it's completely random. And it was so joyful to find all these things and be like, we can build, we can build, we can build. It was an extraordinary experience. Absolutely extraordinary. And so we got everything back. So happy. We went back home, head held high as we got back there. I was like, right, now we can build some stuff. And then the real horror set in. Every milestone is just a new horror in Valheim, which was like, you can now make bronze. And we had a little bit of stuff to make bronze. You could smelt stuff, and you could smelt the tin, you could smelt the copper, and now you can make bronze. And then so many things unlocked. It was extraordinary. It's like bronze armor, bronze weapons, we could build ships. I was like, wow, we could build like real ships now. We don't need to stick to the raft, which means we can cross the seas. All this stuff. However, it requires a tremendous amount of materials, especially for 2 players. It was like, oh my god. We need so much copper and tin to get anything done here that we're going to have to prioritize what we want. So a new plan formed is like we were going to split up because we were able to build carts. Da da da! So good. Jordan, behold.
Behold! Oh, praise be!
Not in the right position.
Take me!
Oh my god, no! Not like this! No!
Faster! Mush!
Oh my
I like
god.
to run in style. Carry me,
This is must be, oh my Jesus Christ. Armed with our carts, we had a plan. I was going to go and get tin and all the wood in the world, because we constantly need wood. I was like, right, I'm going to take my cart. I'm going to farm a ton of wood, like hundreds of wood. Chopping the trees lets the trees spread.
Oh no, I think there was a mouse in that tree.
And then I'll go and get the tin. Jordan's going to go off on her own and get the copper. That's the plan. And then we'll rejoin and we'll have tons of resources to be able to build what we want to build. So we did this. This was like the next hour or so was just chilling, shooting shit, and very cozy. It was kind of nice. Like, everybody runs into issues when you're out on your own in Valheim. We set up beds on either side, so if it went to nighttime, we could coordinate sleeping, so it would get rid of the nighttime. There's trolls attacking, all sorts of stuff like we're dealing with on our own this time. So you've got to play, and we're very separate. We were very far away from each other, but it made sense for resources. And had stacked our carts to the gills of all this stuff. I got 90 tin, I think, which I thought was like pretty good. That was from 2 Black Forest biomes. I was like, I'm also kind of bored of farming now. I hate farming in any game. I'm kind of bored. Let's just build what we can do, because the dungeon had revealed where the next boss was, called the Elder. So I was like, we want to get that sorted. Awesome. So we came back to the base and started the smelting process, which is a little laborious. We could build more furnaces, but that's using some of our resources. So I was like, let's just consume all our resources and eat the loss now. And later on, if we want to build more things because we're smelting a lot of stuff, that's fine too. But let's just get on with this now. I got the coal working. I had to rearrange things in the base because everything's so heavy now that you've got to get things where you can stand still, essentially. So we were doing all this. And then we had to start making choices. What are we going to make? So a few things we really wanted, really wanted, was the ability to feed our boars, which is a sort of losing process, I think. I'm not convinced on this. They are breeding, but when you need like 10 or 15 of the things they produce, they're not breeding that quickly. It's more of a steady stream of things. I'm hoping it reaches and we have to keep feeding them. So what I was hoping for is that we could grow our own raspberries or blueberries or whatever, and we found carrot seeds in order to just provide for them passively without us having to like pick stuff up along the way, which is fine, but it takes inventory space, and then just throw it on the floor for them to feed on to do that. But so we were like, right, we'll make the cultivator, because that's how that works. And Jordan made that. I made out a little farm area and planted all the carrot seeds. We got that going. So we're growing carrots, which hopefully will provide for the boars. And then it was like, what do we make next? Because we have a limited amount of bronze. Despite the fact we brought back a ton of resources, you need like 10 bronze and 5... It's like 10 copper and 5 tin per bronze or something stupid. Like, it needs a lot, and they need a ton of resources. So we're like, what are we going to make here? And we was really like, armor would be good, but it's not that good compared to the troll hide we're wearing now. It's like a little bit more, but it's not amazing. What about weapons? Well, we're probably going to be fighting at range, so we probably don't want to do that and upgrade our current bows. We could make arrows. Axes are probably pretty good. And we had encountered some trees we couldn't cut down because our axe wasn't good enough, our flint axes. So I was like, let's make an axe and then see if we can get this other wood. Because if we can't get it, it's obviously a tier higher. This turned out to be the best decision ever. Because it turns out, after all this time, these stupid beech trees that were next to our main base since the start of the game, which was now 2 days ago, and we've played a lot, so we're probably like 15 hours in. I chopped it, I was like, oh, it works. And then I collected something called fine wood, and it just bombarded my screen with recipes. Portals, next tier of bow, flagons, mead, all just like so many things came from this beech tree that I was just, what? Like, what the hell, man? It just kept spamming my screen with new recipes, which were just obviously the next tier of technology. But portals, oh my god, portals, just to reduce the travel time a little bit. Like, one's fine, but god, there's so much travel time involved in this game. It's unbelievable. It's absolutely crazy. So now we made the wise decision, like, let's not make much with the bronze, because we might need the bronze, and we don't really want to go and do another farming session just yet. And sure enough, everything here needed bronze. Like, portals need bronze. This needs bronze. This needs bronze. So it was like, that was such a good choice. And it set us up. This was right at the end of our day. Is like, we are so set in the morning to craft our new armor, to craft our new weapons, to get absolutely set up to go and fight the Elder and make a portal to be able to get back with whatever it is we get from there. And that is the next game plan. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited. It really felt like in the last 4 hours, we had a lot of struggles and hardships in the first, say, 4 hours. And then the last 4, it was just new tech, new tech, new tech. And lessons learned. Build a little base. Make sure your area is secure before you do an adventure. Make sure your spawn points set, things like that. Take it easy. If things are getting rough, pull back a little bit. And then maybe build a little base. It takes you 5 minutes to build a base and saves you, 20, 30 minutes of time to do that. And also, just listen to the bird. The bird is definitely just like, go here and do this. And also, there are multiple biomes. They're not all the same. Some of them won't have what you need. Some of them will. And I don't know where we go next. But I know our next goal, probably first thing today, is just to bring down that boss. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait. And just be crafted to the gills. And set a portal. Bring the resources from the other portal. And then head out on the way. There are some things that can't be brought back with portals, which is interesting. So I wonder if we're going to end up building things like a mining base somewhere. And that's got its own portal. And that's where we smelt everything. And we can move that around. Like, that's our portable, like, mining base that has all the resources we need. I don't know where we go from here. We'll see. We're trying to learn. We're desperately trying to learn. But new boss awaits. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.